Hello guys, Mitsurugi Jones here, and we are coming back to the game Banished. Let's take a look at what we had here. Mittsville, I believe, is what we were working with. Go ahead and load that. And while that's loading, one of the most important things, if you walk away from the game, you want to just come back and take some stock. So you're going to go ahead and pause the game. Take a look, and I thought I turned down the volume. What is up with that? That's pretty loud. We're going to turn that down some. And let's see how that works out for us. It's a little bit better. Hopefully it's not as loud on your guys' end. Anyway, so we need to take stock, so I went ahead and paused it for a second so we can take stock of what we're doing here. It looks like we are in the midst of building clothes, and we do have a hunting cabin that we need for that. Also, something that we're going to need to do is build a school. And did we get one of those? Yep, schoolhouse is in the process of being built. After that, we are going to need tools. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down before we start it back up here. Tools, let's see. Tools is a blacksmith. Blacksmith is... Dear Lord, I have forgotten everything that I learned. Okay, there we go. Blacksmith, there we go. Okay, and we're going to go ahead. I'm going to use the T key and line that up a little bit better, just because that's the way I like it. It's aesthetically pleasing to me. And a question mark here because nobody's working there. What are we doing on firewood here? So we're okay for now, and it is late spring. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and leave that off for now because I need those workers to keep working. So we'll go ahead back to play here. We're still at 5 times speed. We can adjust that if necessary, if things are looking a little hokey. But let's see our guys go to work. It's always important to plan ahead. Speaking of which, every year or two, you need to consider putting down some more houses. Because as the children age and become adults, they're going to want their own places to kind of, well, to put it mildly, I guess, copulate. If you have the resources, you can go ahead and build stone houses. That's generally how I start my second wave of houses. And you want a house over by your gatherers and hunters, and the stone house will do just fine for them. So we'll go ahead and place that there. That way they don't have to run back and forth to the houses up here, and it just saves you time. It'll probably be a while before that house pops up. Besides that, I'm going to go ahead and place one additional house, and we're going to put it over here by the blacksmith. Actually, you know what? I'm going to build 2. So I probably will need some more resources. So I'm going to go ahead. Where do I want to take the resources from? We'll go from here. So we are going to need some stone. Looks like there's a pretty good amount of stone there. Do want to pick up that iron as well, and the trees are always important for building. And we are in early summer, so there's no hurry to go back for the firewood. Looks like somebody has become an adult. A couple of them have. Once that school kicks in, that's going to slow it down. As you can see, the childbirth rate, there's only 4 children. The reason being is because there's no new housing. You can build... actually, when you get a town hall and you start getting vagrants coming into your city and you want them to become permanent part of your city, you need another house, which is this boarding house. Now that will house them and keep them warm, but it will not allow them to have children. I guess because nobody wants to have children in a boarding house. I don't know. But I guess that's the only thing I can think of. Let's see what's our time looking at here. We are on 5. Goes up to 10 even, so let's speed things up just a little bit more, and we are coming through summer here. And you can see this little icon here, and I dropped it back down to 5. What this icon means is that they need tools. Now, they'll still do their job, they just won't do it very well until they get some tools. And that's one of the reasons why we have this blacksmith working here. And they just don't seem, let's see here, stone, logs, firewood. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to take this and go straight to collect iron. And we're going to come down here and grab some of this iron as well. And as you can see, they were kind of working on it already, I think. But, okay, what do we got here? A tailor, finally. Okay, so we're going to do that. And we're in late summer. I still probably don't need the firewood just yet, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that be for a little while. The clothes will help them stay warm when the winter comes. I think that allows them to stay out a little bit longer when it's cold. Instead of just going in the house and huddling in the coldest parts of winter, they will actually continue to work. And here comes the school. That will be next on the agenda, and I hope that I did this one first. I believe I did. The blacksmith will be after the school. Because, as you can see with these icons, we really need to get some tools in these people's hands so they can do their job effectively. Looks like we're doing okay on food right now. Only thing we really need is tools and coats. And this means that he doesn't have the resources he needs just yet, which means the hunters haven't hunted enough, essentially. And there's one hide coat in there, but we should be producing hides. Maybe it just hasn't been long enough. So while that is chilling, I will take this one down a notch and get the people back to work for a little while. Here's the school. We're going to go ahead and make a teacher. And hopefully it's not going to be too late. You can get yourself behind the 8 ball pretty quickly if you don't maintain children. Now, you get a little bit of a break in the beginning, but once people start dying, you better start having people to replace them. Otherwise, things can go awry very quickly. And we still need tools. How is this going? Got the logs, and we need stone. There, we do have stone. We have 1 iron, and better iron there. So they will pick that stuff up and start carrying it over here. As you can see, this little guy moving, and he is dropping off the stuff. There we go. It's getting better. Because you see, once I have the firewood going, and the school going, and this group here going, the tailor. Let's see, are we doing okay? Hide coats? I'm not seeing anything yet, which is a shame. I'm gonna go ahead and do this because we are starting to use firewood, and when the full-blown winter comes, we don't want to have any issues. That leaves us with 1 builder and 1 laborer. But that's okay. Once we get through the winter, we can lay off the woodcutter for a little while. Hopefully by then we will have some coats. We'll be able to make some coats. And this number here on the right is the amount of actual children. Once they get old enough, they will either become laborers if you have no school, or they will become school children. In which case they will learn skills that will help them work a lot faster when they get out of school. I believe I told you earlier that is a bit of a trade-off that you have to go through. And let's see here. I wanted to see... Still having difficulties. I'm a little surprised. I wonder why the hunters haven't got any leather yet. That is a little disconcerting. I am going to go ahead and pull out the stone from this area and the iron from this area. I want to keep the trees there because I'm going to be putting a forester down there in a little bit. And if they have to start on barren ground, it takes a while for those trees to grow. A couple of years. So, and we're doing okay on food. So, you know what? I'm going to pull back one of these gatherers here so we have some more people to build and gather stuff that we need. And still nothing, huh? Wool coat. Yeah, we want leather. That's the barest of minimum. And we want tools. Looks like that's coming here hopefully soon. And I believe the first tools that you make will be stone tools, so then you will need stone for building tools. But we will not see that until we are done with that building. And we got all the logs we need, so just waiting on the iron and stone. And here's some more iron. Now I want to get that out of my beautiful burgeoning village. And we'll go ahead and get rid of this stone up here too. And all that good stuff. Because these houses are going to be stone houses. Oops. Going to be stone houses, so we're going to need a lot of stone coming up here pretty soon. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put the kibosh on this for now. Hold off on that because I need that stone for the tools right away. And if they are collecting stone for the buildings, then they will be there won't be enough stone for tools. And we already have a building over here that we will be working on. I'm not going to pause that one yet because we do need that. We need to start kicking out at least some houses. As you see, one of the kids have grown of age and is now in the school. Reserve of logs is low. Okay. Need more logs, people. Go ahead and do this as well. And hopefully this will get finished up here pretty quickly, and I'll throw another one into the labor force. Check on our leather. We have no leather yet. Come on, guys. What are you waiting on? Don't believe I'm missing any ingredients. The hunter is the one who makes leather, at least until you can get a pasture, but that's going to be later in the game. So just go ahead and take this timer. We'll kick it up a notch. We got plenty of food. This guy's working on the wood, so that's not a big deal. It would be nice if we could get him a tool so he could do that. We don't have a lot of stored logs, which is one of the problems here. I just don't have enough people to go out and get resources. But we will, don't you worry. And again, that stockpile is pretty close there. That stockpile is pretty close there. And what did we pull some trees here as well? So I'm going to go ahead and put a, where was that at? This is what we want, stockpile. We'll put a little one. You know what? I don't think I can get it much closer than that, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that. That one is not too far away. And they're working their little hearts out. Finally, the rock has come back to Banished. And there we go. We start in on the tools. He's going to go grab the equipment that he needs, and I guess it's iron tools are the first ones that you make. I thought it was stone for some reason. And he does not have enough iron to get working, but he should shortly. As I did earlier, tell them to come up here and grab this iron. And he is out for now, so we're going to go ahead and put him back to the workforce. We're going to pull down a biller back into a laborer so he can collect, which he probably was anyway, but he may have been working on this house over here. Which, luckily, we did not need a lot of iron for that. Oh, you know what? I closed that window. A big no-no. This one, I believe, is it? Yes, that. We want to keep that. And it looks like he's actually working. That's good news. Once the iron comes in here, start distributing, and our people will start being more productive instead of just lazing around going, oh, it's too tough with our bare hands. I'm not sure how you fish with your bare hands, but I guess they get it done because there's fish. And still no leather. Maybe I should have built that a little bit quicker than I did originally. I don't remember it taking that long last time I played, but oh well. This guy is hard at work. He's already distributed some tools, which is nice. And the firewood is good and plenty right now. At least one of these kids should pop out pretty soon and start helping their parents out. there's no real point in doing that until I get the leather. Canned firewood. Tools are being made. And over here, are we still at 10 times? We are. We were just Speedy Gonzalez-ing through this. That's too bad. That is not... It's too bad that these guys aren't inspired to get some good leather going. And they should be working. Sometimes you'll have a problem with the limit, the food limit. Like say if we were at 5,000 food, the hunters would stop. There'd be a little icon here with an arrow pointing up. But they would stop, and then you would stop the intake of leather as well. But that is not a problem that we're having now, because clearly we do not have 5,000 food. So, not really sure why that's happening. And this house should be getting done. We're going to go ahead and pick up a builder here. Hopefully that will speed that part along. And they should not be out of things just yet. As you can see here, if you've already picked out a resource, you'll see these little icons underneath them. So you know if you don't have a job currently for the laborers to do. But there's plenty of work for them to do right now and plenty of resources that they need to be grabbing. When I talked earlier about sometimes they go off and do things that you don't really want them to do, that's kind of been the case here with the hunters, but more so with the builders. They have the resources that they need to build this, but for whatever reason they do it slowly, very, very slowly. Actually, now might be a good time. It'll slow them down even further, but speed them up in the long run. I'm going to go ahead and start putting some roads down. And you will notice that instead of doing the other job, they like to immediately go. I think they just really want the roads. But this will speed up the process for your people in the long run. And I think that should be okay for now. I'm going to go ahead and pull one down over here. And I will also pull one through here up to the stockpile. And how are we doing on this? Still chilling. We need a little bit more stone. Are we wanting on stone? Iron. Got here. Yep, we have no stone. So we're going to go ahead, go back here. We want just stone. And we're going to go through here. Because it seems like the majority of the work they're doing is up there, even though there is some work to be down here. Go ahead and grab that stone as well, just so the resource keeps going. Because sometimes you'll forget about it, to be honest with you. You'll think they're collecting things, and because you hear the little king, 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 king noise, and it is not actually going on. They are working on something else. So what are we doing here? Do we have leather yet? No. You know what? I'm going to go ahead. Actually, we should be getting a kid out, popping out pretty soon here from school. And that, he is full. So I'm going to go ahead and pull him out there. And I'm going to put him in here and see if that helps speed up the process at all. Not sure why it would, but you never know. Doing okay on firewood. Firewood, logs, stone. I think we're doing okay there. That house is finally getting built, huh? Nice stone house. Excellent. See, and immediately people move in. And pretty soon you'll get another child because of that. It looks like we are kind of slowing down on time here, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Probably start right back up in the next video, though, just because I'm already here and I don't want to forget it again. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you again soon.